even after he picked up a bit of armor. But either way, Miguel is once more down for the count. Should not be here at all for this red. Trying to do as much damage as possible, but will go down 9 to 0.
Had to look for a score there for a second, did you? So, Fish, any observations here? Oh, wow. Besides that being a sweet-ass rocket, but a lot of pain here for Gelisac. I mean, I really wasn't expecting it to be this much of a blowout.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I had to go kind of because I wanted to check and see if Gel had actually scored, but no.
Oh.
Sad
I wasn't
panda.
expecting last match to be so close. DM13 was Gela played quite well. Dahang made some mental errors near the end that almost cost him the game. So no, this score doesn't really surprise me too much. Like I said, you never really know what you're gonna get with Gelisac, or that's the way I perceive it at least. I might be wrong. But you know, Dahang is the better player, and he's proving that right now.
Well, and actually, I'm glad to see that Dahang is coming out strong here because you know, his play of late has been you know, probably not his best, and I'm sure that he would agree. We've certainly seen better out of him. That being said, I still don't feel like this Dahang is you know, tournament winner worthy. Even though he is, of course, the reigning champion of the Intel Extreme Masters Season 4, and of course is qualified to go all the way to, you know, well, I guess up to this portion of it. But either way, you know, I really feel like he's still not quite where he needs to be if he wants to face off against, honestly, even Vu. What are your thoughts
I think
on that?
one of the big issues is that he didn't play in all those qualifying cups when others were forced to. And then for QuakeCon, he was forced into a role where he was practicing mainly CTF rather than duel.
Yeah.
So he's been kind of away from the top parts of the duel scene for some time now. I mean, I remember a time when if you asked any ES Reality troll what the top 5 players were, they'd almost for sure say, not necessarily in this order, but Rafa, Cypher, Avec, Cooler, Dahang. And now Dahang, I don't think is considered in the top 7.
So,
Top
to kind
8.
of follow that thread of logic, Rafa, of course, no American made it to the finals, but Rafa was also in that group, but he was also playing for Quad, so do you see that as a factor there as well, that he had to be... No,
yes,
I'm not blaming
exactly.
Steve-O,
Finally, we hit the
was
nail on the
awesome in
head.
CTF.
Everything that's wrong with Quake Live is Steve-O's fault. Finally, we get to
No
the...
Americans in finals is Steve-O's fault, right?
Love you, Steve-O. Alright.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh. Actually, to be honest, though, the reality of it is, everything right with Quake Live is because of Steve-O. Because, you know...
Oh, hell yeah.
Steve-O, you are awesome. I'm just saying.
That's true.
And actually, speaking of Quad, I would love to have some CTF action now that we've been really flooding the streams with Duel for the past couple of months. I really want to start laying into the CTF because I miss it dearly.
You should be even more ready for some TDM action. Just saying.
Okay.
Seriously,
Oh,
yes,
that's
yes,
what I wanted to
yes,
hear.
yes.
I'm okay with that. 24 to 0.
Yes.
Take a look at some accuracy just for
We'll
fun.
see.
56% Dahang, looking nice with the rail gun. Gel yet to really get on the board there. That's a shame. But actually, okay. In addition to Team Deathmatch, I just want to say I want to call out to put together the Second Coming CTF. I wish that we'd been able to cover that, but it conflicted with some other things that we were covering, I think including
Was that the 5v5 one?
Yeah. So unfortunately, we weren't able to bring any coverage of that. Oh no, he did it again. Whee!
Hang left with 2 health.
2 health.
Yeah.
Gauntlet barreling down the hallway. That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty much done. It's a 30-point game. Whatever. So that
I
will
guess
do it,
that's
folks.
going to conclude our coverage for tonight.
Yeah, for tonight. Yeah. So I'm glad that we at least got to see an epic DM13 between these two guys. Dehang, of course, showing us that he still has some champion chops. That being said, you know, I still really feel like we need to see Dehang facing off against some top tier craziness, because I just feel like he's not quite in shape. We'll have to see. That's not nice, Steve. At least waiting for them to disconnect. Alrighty. I kind of feel like if you're going to broadcast CZM, and if it's probably the most important match that he will have played on his way to the Intel Extreme Masters American Championship, then doesn't it just make sense to bring in one of the best players for guest commentary?
I think it does.
Wow, you actually pulled it off.
Yeah, guys, I've asked
Bravo.
Rafa to join us to guest cast, and I just got a response from him. He'll be hopping in. We'll need to give him just a few minutes, as he was actually practicing against CZM just a moment ago.
And Sir Scoots is prodding me right now, just reminding me that, yes, I was correct in my statement yesterday. CZM is of the Evil Genius persuasion, so looks like he has been sponsored
Oh, yeah, totally.
for the
I mean,
NYC event.
It took a little time to recognize him without wearing the EG jersey, so I was like, wait, that's not CZM. That's some dude in a polo shirt. Hey, yo, Rafa. Oh, wait, Rafa's still in the public channel. Hey, Steve-O. You just kick Rafa out of here. I was like, no. Can't ruin Steve-O's entrance. Wearing the belt, have the fireworks go off. Steve-O's in the house.
I didn't do shit.
Alright, I'm going to bring... Oh, there he goes. What's up, Rafa?
How you doing? Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can. And can you boost yourself just a little bit? Alright.
So we're still having some discussion here about pings. And I do kind of gotta, you know, give Spark something. I mean, it is an exponential difference between, you know, 50 and 70. It's not a linear scale, unfortunately. But hey, sometimes what can you do?
Yeah, I'm hoping that they just split across servers. I don't know. Rafa, if you had a choice, would you rather be closer in ping to your opponent, or and have to play with a higher ping overall, or would you rather you know, split across servers and try to get the lowest ping possible on at least one of the maps?
Well, I mean, in a situation like this, they live on complete polar opposite ends. I think in this case, if it were me, I would be like, look, let's play the map that I want to play on my server, the one better for me, and then we'll play the map that you want on your server, and then in the middle, like if we make it to a third map, then it would be whatever the closest that we can find. So in this case, it would probably be Texas, which is like, what, a 57 ping for CZM and 80 something for Sparks, so...
Okay,
Yeah, so
guys, so it looks like we're finally
they're-
getting this decided, and fortunately Steve is in the server, so he's able to kind of have a personal touch in this, so that'll speed things along instead of the two guys kind of going back and forth, back and forth. It's nice to have that voice of moderation.
I'm making a decision. Play it here.
I think it looks like Sparks is in a position where he knows he's going to be at a bit of a disadvantage here, but he wants to have everything going for him that he possibly can, because I think he really wants to go to New York. I mean, wasn't QuakeCon 2010 his first, you know, like major LAN event? It was for a lot of these guys, Dan the King included, but...
No, he went to QuakeCon last year.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and he also
And
didn't
IEM
qualify
last
for...
year.
Yeah. Even though
Yeah,
that was...
he magically qualified
yeah.
for the
I was trying to
North
think of
American
a nice
event
way to
last
say
year.
that. He qualified without really winning, I guess. I don't know.
Did he just respond to you in game?
Yes.
He had an honorary qualification. We'll leave it like that.
Yeah. We should probably not talk about it because it'll probably piss him off if he's listening to the stream right now.
Oh, no,
Sparks,
no
if
hate,
you're listening,
no
I
hate.
owe you a beer. Sorry for me, Rafa, and Viju taking the money from you at the CTF thing. I love you.
Oh man.
Dude, oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was for those that don't know what what Steve was talking about. They had this CTF playoff for whatever color of car. They had the 2 cars, blue and red, and the guys pretty much decided on the colors they wanted, and there wasn't any difference of opinion. So the game really didn't matter that much. So they just stacked one team with Rafa, Stevo, shit. Who else was? Viju.
Oh, so there's like a purpose behind that? Like, why is this happening?
The original purpose was for the winner of the CTF match to get to choose which car he wanted. But we found out, like, as it was happening, that the winning team would actually win money as well. So I had Pichu and Rafa standing in the wings.
I was under the impression that it was part of the quick draw event.
No, as soon as the guy won, like, I grabbed Viju and Rafa and we're like, look, I got these 2 pros right here with me. Pick us to be your team. And he was like, done. But Sparks was trying to get on his team too.
Werewolf on the other side of that was like, this is bullshit. Why they have, you know,
Actually,
Rafa over there.
he didn't realize.
So not cool.
Because all the names were like QL Booth 1, QL Booth 2, whatever. And he didn't realize who he was up against until he stood up afterwards. He was like, motherfucker!
Oh, Werewolf was playing in that? I had no clue.
Yeah, he was. I met him at the airport the next day, and he was like, man, yeah, I stood up and I was like, man, who is this guy that's been kicking my ass? And he stands up and there's like Rafa across the way. He's like, oh, son of a bitch, you know, so yeah, it was good times. Hoping that they figured out the maps here.
I mean, without even being here, I'm guessing that Sparks tossed T4 and Dismemberment, and CCM tossed CTN and T7. So I just don't know what the order will be, though.
CCM does toss T7.
Yeah. That's no brainer.
Sparks tosses T4.
Yep.
And CCM tosses CTN.
Wow, that's a surprise for me.
And
If Sparks doesn't toss DM13, I think CCM will pick DM13.
he's apparently giving it some thought. He's probably thinking, yep, there's DM13.
Okay, so I was wrong. So
Means
both
we
hubs
might get to see some Hectic.
and Hectic.
Mm-hmm.
And Arrowwalk, surprisingly. That is honestly a bit of a surprise to me.
The choices are Arrowwalk, Hectic, or Dismemberment. Rafa, what do you think of Dismemberment?
Or I mean, it's a really old map. Like, this is not a new map. This map was being played back when Fatality still played, so that's how old it is. And yeah, but there's been some minor changes to it. Like Mega was added, and they added this new room to where the yellow armor is currently at. So I mean, I like the map. I liked it the way it was before, but it still plays nicely even with the changes. So I mean, I'm glad it's in the map pool. It's definitely a different style of play compared to the rest.
Sparks picks this. All right. So I have to ask, Rafa, if you had a chance at all to tune into the stream, did you happen to see Destruct versus 04 last night?
Of course, I stayed.
And
yeah, I was staying for John's first 2 matches.
Yeah, sure. And what was your feeling in your gut as that comeback started to emerge?
I was like, well, this looks oddly familiar. Yeah, that's pretty much what I felt, and I just kept watching as John started to hit everything that he had to, and just be Mr. Clutch. So, but Brian definitely did not help himself out in a few situations.
Right. It was a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Well, I think you have to give DKT credit because, yeah, he made some mistakes after 04 started just totally like hitting everything. And he maybe did rage a little bit towards the end, but when 04 started that comeback, DKT was still throwing out amazing defensive rockets. He was playing smart, but there's just nothing he could do.
I didn't mention anything about raging. The only rage you could see, I guess, was when he was down 1 and he just ran with rockets. It's desperation. That's it. Like, otherwise, he was trying, and he seemed like you know, calm for the most part, but obviously got a bit nervous. Because, I mean, it's a newer map, and I just don't think he understood how to play it when out.